everybody, Killer here, and today we're going to do what if Deku was Baal's metal vessel. If you don't know who Baal is, he's from Magi. Basically, he's a creature which can control lightning. Our story begins with Deku going to the quirk doctor. The doctor saying that Deku does not have a quirk. When Deku heard this, he was devastated. He burst out crying and ran away. Deku kept running and running, and while he was running, he was asking himself, why? Why don't I have a quirk? Just why? Then he ran straight into a gigantic door and fell down. He said to himself, why is there a giant door here? He opened the door and gone in. He started to shout, hello? Is there anybody there? I'm lost. Hello? He saw a lamp in the middle of the room, surrounded by lightning. He was thinking that maybe if he can take that lamp away from the lightning, the door will open back up again. Oh yeah, by the way, the door closed after Deku went the room. Deku started to walk towards the lamp. When he touched the lamp, a creature similar to that of a dragon with bat-like wings, scaly skin, and horns came out. Deku was surprised and scared. He fell down and crawled back a little. He found a sword on the ground. Thinking that the creature might attack him, he picked up the sword and pointed it at the creature, asking, who are you? The creature answered, I'm Baal, the Djinn of wrath and heroes. Who wants to be king? King? Deku said, do you want to be king, boy? I will grant whoever wants to be king my powers. Powers that can make you the strongest man alive. Powers? Deku said. As he said this, he was thinking, the power to become the strongest? Then Deku stands up. He said, I want it. I want the power to become the #1 hero. I want the power to become king. As Deku says this, Baal see the determination in Deku's eyes and said, good, I shall grant you the power you want. Then Deku woke up in his bed. He thought that it was just a dream. But then he saw a bracelet on his hand. He looked at the bracelet, confused, and then he saw a mark on the bracelet. As he touches the mark, a blinding light came out, and there Deku saw Baal, but he was a lot smaller. Baal asked, do you need my help, master? Deku asked Baal what power he gave him. Baal answered, the power to control lightning. Deku was excited to hear this and asked Baal how to use it. Baal told Deku that he was too weak and that he needs to train his body so that he can contain the power inside his body. And also, I know that Djinns cannot use a human body as a metal vessel in Magi, but let's just say they can in this what if. Now, back to the story. Baal also told Deku how to use a little bit of lightning, and that he will be in his bracelet if Deku needs him. If he needs him, just calls his name. Then Baal went back into his bracelet. Now, Deku went back to school, and his classmates asked, "What is his quirk?" And Deku just showed them his lightning. Bakugo sees this, and yelled at Deku, "So what if you have a quirk now? You're still weaker than me, Deku." Deku took this to heart, as he knows that he is weak, and that he cannot use more lightning than what he showed. Then, for the next couple of years, Deku kept training and training. Let's say 5 years. So Deku is now 9 years old. Thinking that he is strong enough, he called Baal. Baal came out and asked if Deku needs his help. Deku asked if he is strong enough now to become his metal vessel. "Yes, your power is strong enough to become my metal vessel, but you need to control my power." So Deku trained with Baal's lightning, turning it from little sparks of lightning in his hands into gigantic lightning bolts, which are very destructive. So time skip to the start of the anime. Deku is now 14 years old. And in the time skip, Deku learned to summon a sword. And if you are wondering how he was training with his destructive lightning bolts, Deku asked Baal to make a place where nobody can see or feel what's happening inside that place. It is the last day of school. Just like the anime, the teacher threw away the results, saying that he knows everybody wants to become a hero, and said Bakugo and Deku will be going into UA. When Bakugo heard that Deku was going in UA, he was pissed. When the bell rang, everybody started to leave. Bakugo walked to Deku, saying that he is the strongest, blah blah blah, that he is going to beat him, blah blah blah, he's going to be a #1 hero, and blah blah blah. Deku just kept his cool and kept listening to Bakugo's blabberings. Then Deku went home with a shortcut. When he was under a bridge, something was lurking behind Deku. It was the sludge villain. It wanted to take over Deku's body. Deku was caught in his sludge. Thinking quick, Deku started to shoot out lightning, shocking the villain, since the sludge villain is basically made of slime. It is super effective, making him unconscious. Then Deku heard, "Do not fear, for I am here," as All Might shows up and was surprised at the scene. He asked if Deku did this. Deku nodded, and All Might proceeded to take out a water bottle and putting the sludge villain in, and jumping away. Deku wanted to get his autograph, and as well as ask a question. He followed All Might by jumping right next to him. All Might was shocked to see a kid keeping up with his speed, and dropped the water bottle without knowing. So they land in the nearest rooftop. Deku asked for an autograph. All Might signed it, but then, right when Deku wanted to ask his question, All Might detransformed. Deku asked if he's the real All Might. All Might told his story to Deku. How he got an injury from a battle 5 years ago, and he can only stay in his hero form for a short period of time. Then Deku asked, "What does it take to become a hero?" All Might just say, "To become a hero, you must have a kind heart, courage, and a body that can save people, even if the odds are against you." Then All Might went down the stairs, He found out that he dropped the water bottle containing the sludge villain. Then he saw an explosion. All Might in his skinny form rushed to the scene. He saw Deku was there too. He saw Deku rushed in, trying to save Bakugo, as he was the one being possessed by the sludge villain. Deku rushed in, yelling, "Lightning gloves!" Then a pair of gloves made of lightning was in Deku's hands, which extended to his elbows. Deku grabbed Bakugo with one hand and pulled him out, and with the other blasted the villain with lightning. Then the sludge villain fell unconscious on the ground again. The heroes and reporters started to swarm Deku, asking for questions. Then All Might, in his hero form, grabbed Deku and jumped away, leaving the scene. Bakugo was barely conscious, but before he passed out, he saw Deku saving him. He thought, Deku? Why? How is he this strong? Then he passed out. Back with Deku, All Might said that Deku would inspire him, and that he wanted him to inherit One for All, and that he wanted Deku to become his successor as well. But Deku declined, saying that he already has the power of a king. All Might is confused, but he accepts Deku's decision, also saying that Deku should help him find a successor. Deku nodded, then they part ways. So, for the next 10 months, Deku kept training with his lightning. But when it was 1 month away from the entrance exam, Deku found out that he can turn his arms into dragon-like arms. Deku asked Baal what was that, and Baal just said the dragon-like arms was the result of you coursing my power through your body, making it stronger than ever. You can call it full-body Djinn or Djinn equip. So for the rest of the month, Deku trained in this Djinn equip. Deku knows that he can do full body, but he is just not strong enough. So I just have to leave the entrance exam for the next part, and see you guys.